There was discord, misuse of worth, and the wool over my eyes when I needed support. To feel the burn, to lift me up to new heights. Sensation compelling, and I'm closer to the edge. Temptation alluring, yet I taste regrets. Who will pay the price, the lost or the damned? When nothing will open eyes like steel in my hand. We're heroes and villains by chance. Heroes and villains by choice. All in one voice. Beguiling words, painted lips with soot, made an empty shell of your lies. Exquisite hurt as the truth takes root in the hollows of your eyes. Sensation tormenting, and I'm closer to the edge. Temptation enduring,
Hello everyone. Wa alaikum salam Taisho. Hey Daddy. I am curious about that D with a period. Is it because of the thumbnail? Could it be because you're from YouTube, so... Hey Lepino. Welcome, welcome. How are you everyone? Hey Isra. We are here starting with Final Fantasy VII music because if anybody watched the Game Fest, there were news about that. So, before we begin, let's go over some things that happened on Twitter. News, games, readings, stuff like that. Hey, Spectre. Welcome. How are you doing? Hey, Hamus. Haven't arrived this early in a while. Yeah, I know, right? I hope you've been doing well. Very happy to have you this early. Hey, Blues. Welcome, welcome. Blues early as well. How are we doing? Surviving can stay long too, but just wanted to drop by. We have a fun stream ahead, maybe, I think, I hope, I don't know. So I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you continue to survive and reach a point where you're not surviving, just staling, white-like. Can you believe... This is a good music for White. Can you believe White, with all his anxiety and unanswered questions, and he was doing nothing in his life, he was just staling. Imagine how he feels when all that's gone and it's empty now. It'll be another year or something, but then I shall sail. Stay strong. Stay strong, Spectre. I hope you can steal time and pop up on streams. We'd love to have you, especially next stream. Next stream is the popularity poll stream. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna talk a lot about the popularity stream today because I am floored. I thought you said stalling, which works. It does work too. I'm not sure if staling is a verb, honestly. But then again, it's stream day, so it's the Learning English day. Hyped for the poll? I am floored by the poll. Come on. For the poll, I actually booked the day for the stream. Perfect. You're the GOAT, honestly. Because honestly, I am excited. I'm kind of... I want to talk about the poll, but I want to wait for more people to come in. So I'll just go over my Twitter to just also hype things about, I don't know, things I'm reading. And first, I love my fans. Oh, no, wait. Let's go with this. because we're talking about white. I always joke about white and women and stuff like that, but he's pretty good. I came across this page and I had to mention this because I always joke about white and women, and he does well. He does extremely well. It's just that he wouldn't pursue anything comfortably. And then I love our fans. Let's start from May 13th. Last Saturday was May 13th. 30th. Nothing for Saturday, please. I hope so. It's gonna be fun. I'm trying my best to make it so fun. We're gonna be doing some sketching today, like preparing, because today I started preparing the illustration. I'm just looking up. I looked up a lot of the popularity poll illustrations that like Naruto did, Haikyuu, Kuroshi Tsuji. Even I went back to Slam Dunk because I'm reading. I'm gonna talk about what I'm reading in a second. It's crazy to fit 16 people in one illustration. Crazy. I don't know why I decided to do that. We need the support. Imagine if like, I don't know, Yildar scores higher than White or something, I would need emotional support. Listen. Oh, no. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm gonna talk about stuff in a sec, in a few. We need Daniel in the room that day. Oh. If that happens. Listen, oh my god. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna tell you what the visual that has been haunting my mind for 3 days, let's say. This kind of visual is haunting my mind, okay? Now, I don't know if there's a hand here or like a hand like this, but we have an open book. A large open book, way larger. It's a symbolism kind of picture. And then we have a kid here on this side. We're starting earlier than anything with the sketching. There's a kid with a backpack, shorts. Probably there's a lion here or something, lion plushie. And then on the other side, we have another kid with a backpack and maybe like a long coat or something. He doesn't have a plushie. He just has issues. And there are books here and there are books here. You know, where's Andy? We need the math guy to talk to us about parallels. Teachers in symbolism form, in sketch form now. These are my symbolism now. Teaser, sorry, not symbolism. This is my teaser now. If anyone can do it, it's CUD. I'm trying. I hope so. I really hope so. I went to the biggest anime convention in Europe last weekend and I put a Grey Is pin on me and got to yap so hardcore about Grey Is. I even met you met readers of Grey Is. Are you really? That's crazy. First, you're awesome again, Spectre, for doing all the marketing as usual. Marketing team, marketing crew. Wow. Next time you order anything, or if I give away things your way, I'll have to just include postcards. I have a ton of postcards that I'm not happy with, and I'll just write the websites on their back, and you can just put them here and there in anime conventions. I don't know if that is actually a good idea. I don't want to add a lot of trash here and there. Not that the postcard is trash, but it could end up just as trash, you know? In the wild too, I would be like, yeah, this is the undervalued manga, and they're like, oh, I know Grey Is, my god. You know, I'm always like, honestly, the popularity poll kind of shocked me. Because I didn't imagine that. Like, where are you people? Like, I have now triple the predicted number of votes. And I'm floored, honestly. It's like when I went to Japan once with the Silent Manga Edition Committee, and I met this guy from Russia, and he's like, "You're very big in Russia." And I'm like, "Really? I didn't know that. I wish I know." You love parallels and math? I was just about to say parallelism. Who is the second child? The second child is like... Let's zoom in. The second child kind of looks like this. I don't know. Kind of short, pointy hair. And wears... and there are books as well, so I'm not sure. I forgot. Give me cards next time I'm Jordan. I will give people cards. You don't have to do that. That's really nice. I would feel really too self-conscious about doing that, but you're already doing so much. You're wearing the pin and talking to people about Grey is, my god. I go to cons a lot and yap about Grey is a lot, so it would be nice to like just give easy access, you know? We can arrange something. Hopefully one day I'll get to go to a convention abroad again. Yes, triple the number of votes. My friend Leo, when I met them, was actually like, "Oh, you're from Jordan, like the manga." No way. No way. And this is how you're friends? Grey is starting friendships is like... You're killing me here, Spectre. Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you do, and... I hope all the good things for your friendship with Leo. We do have a Leo plushie, and we do have 2 Leos. You know what? It just occurred to me that White has a Leo plushie and has 2 antagonists in the Leos. My god, this boy is weird. Please carry on with the schedule. There's no schedule. We're just chatting. I was very clear. We're chatting and then sketching. Never apologize for long yaps, especially when you're talking about Grey is and friendships. Creating social bonds since 2010? That is the hope. That is the dream. I want White to watch Narnia, so he cry about the talking lion like his plush. Oh, I should watch Narnia. You know what the movie I watched with my nephew and niece and made me think that White has to watch this movie with a specific kid I have in mind? Let me just silence my phone. There is this movie, the horse, the mole, the fox, and the boy. In some order. 2 of my favorite things for stream today. I'm kind of late on in chat, so I can't relate that to what was I saying. Friendships and Grey is. Last year in welcome Sodium, Cairo Comics Convention, I made friends with artists from Jordan with hope of indirectly getting you to join someday. Really? Sketching and chatting? Great, great. That's what we should do more until the updates are back. Just because I do have a bunch of ideas if we get to them. But Cairo Comics, I got an offer from one Cairo publisher to publish Grey Is in Arabic, but it was the time when my father was sick and then passed away, and we never continued our discussion. I tried reaching out again, but there was no response. Even though I did back then, I was professional enough to instantly put an autoresponder that I'm dealing with a family thing and stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, Cairo Comics. I don't know. The idea of going to conventions is very exciting, but at the same time, it's always very scary. So yeah, welcome Sodium. I hope you're doing well. You read that book and cried so. We watched the movie, and I don't remember now because I watched it with kids, so who knows. But I remember there was a scene where I teared up, and I teared up because I was role-playing White in my mind. Spectre and Sodium, everyone, you're really so generous to me with your marketing and with your spread. I was answering some questions for an interview, and they were telling me like how important it is to connect to readers, to new readers and stuff like that. I'm like, word of mouth is everything for an indie creator and non-indie creator, honestly. Any story needs word of mouth. Any story needs readers talking about the story to other readers. And this is why I'm gonna tell you about stories I'm reading right now, so you can go check them out as well. But first, last week I went. No, it's not last week. I wrote this last week, so it's 2 weeks ago. I went to see a venue that someone is interested in having me do a solo art exhibition at in Jordan. Oh, it's crazy. I remember I came across one day a Billie Eilish exhibition about her music, and every room was kind of an album visual, and it stuck to my head. The funny thing is, when I was invited to Expo to do an exhibition in Japan, I did plan this big thing with 4 stages, talking about my journey, connecting it to Grey Is, and then connecting it to AI and why AI can never create real manga. And I made up this big plan for it, but it went nowhere. But it's crazy how things happen, because the place that I was invited to check was huge with multiple rooms, and I might actually be able to make the exhibition I planned for Expo. So who knows? It's probably gonna be in summer. I haven't picked the dates yet, but it probably might be in August. Publishers in Egypt are not the easiest to deal with, but you do have so many old... Really? I know one person from Egypt. That's very exciting that there are more people, more readers in Egypt. I wish I can. Sometimes I just entertain the idea of having a publisher just so that the books will travel easier and faster to other places where I know there are readers. Same energy as The Little Prince, where it's good for ages. Yeah, and I follow the artist on Instagram, and he actually has this fox that visited his house and inspired the whole thing. Very cool, dude. I would kill to go see a Grey Is exhibition. Thank you. I'm so afraid. Again, anxiety comes first. Oh, what to print? Oh, how to set up things. Oh, who to invite. Oh, it's scary stuff. I really do need a manager at some point. Imagine an exhibition where all the regular readers could make it. That would be the ideal exhibition, honestly. That I would feel at home. I would feel really comfortable. I wouldn't... As it stands, I see myself just hiding between the stands, between the illustrations, and being like, I just want to go get something and then just disappear for an hour or something. A Twitch live to visit the exhibition all together. You know, Lupino, that's a great idea. If I end up doing it, why not? We live stream from there. So there's that, and then funny thing, I'm kind of just posting these manga versus anime screen cap, and some people are thinking that it was adapted into anime, and I'm like, no, just fake anime. And then this is a very good video I watched about modern writing. You disappear for an hour and you come back to us plotting the downfall of Noir. Oh my god. Ah, Noir. Oh my god. The downfall of Noir. That's how it is, huh? The rooms you planned looked so well composed. I thought a lot about it. And the place is really nice, but it's way bigger than I imagined. And again, when I want to post one page on Twitter, I obsess and I sometimes spend half an hour just looking through the pages, trying to find one that is good. So imagining that I will do that for an exhibition is a scary idea. We figured out volume 11 by then. You know what? I was thinking that I will have one room that has the first chapter of volume 11. And if there are any Jordan readers in the Discord server, they're free to share them. Stop. I did think let me in. I did think it would be fun to just put a teaser. I always think that I wish I can release a book while I'm working on the following one, so I can print a booklet with one chapter that goes with the book that printed. One day I'll have that time. You know, these fake anime screen caps could work as keyframes for when it gets actual animation. I wonder. Listen, I was never interested in it becoming an anime, honestly. But the one thing that I would not sell my soul, no. But the one thing that will make me consider an anime is having a soundtrack. I'd love to have a soundtrack for Grey's. This is targeting against me? No, I won't do it for you, Blue. But yeah, soundtrack. So yeah, if you're interested about writing and opinions on modern writing, because this is like I listen on this topic a few times. What is English today? I listen to people talk about this topic from time to time, and usually they don't really give good opinions or good examples. But this here wasn't like just the trendy, oh, modern writing sucks, because he does give examples of good modern writing, but he just talks about it and how it's lacking in confidence, which is something I always notice. So it's a good one. If you're interested, it's on my Twitter. Check the video. The poll, if you're not on Discord or Twitter, I got excited. I shared the poll. I shared the poll illustration, and then within 5 hours we hit the milestone. So we have a popular by demand community request. We need to talk about that as well. I'm this close to getting to going to Jordan on foot. Don't come in summer. Oh my god. Summer is the time where people who like siblings that live abroad, come here. It's gonna get busy real soon. Very interested in your meta-analysis from a creator's point of view with gray is sprinkled in. In regards to modern writing? Meta-analysis? You're using way bigger words than I can I can do a good job doing whatever it is. Modern analysis, I often wonder if I know what analysis is. I feel like it's a very difficult thing for me because so here's the thing, I'm very extremely emotional in regards to things. And it's way easier for me to analyze things that I don't like when I want to criticize something because I know exactly what got on my nerve. But I was talking about it on Twitter as well, like how it's easier to criticize something because I'm too specific, so I know exactly what I hated. But if I loved something, like ask me to talk about No Home, I can't. Ask me to talk about Livius, I can actually, because I did pick some panels to share about Livius. From Livius. What is English today? Creator's point of view with gray is sprinkled in. See, I did 2 interviews the past 2 weeks, and I realized that I don't know what's happening to me, where I am having trouble expressing myself, 1, and 2, when I express myself, I get this tightening in my chest. I don't really feel well after I express myself these days, and I'm not sure why. I really want to look into it. But yeah, this is a good video. And we got 1 drawing. The second drawing is... we got even more. Like we have double. At that time, it was double. Today, it's triple. The number of votes that we expected. More manga versus anime, some things. Now, I've just finished reading up to chapter 10 of Real. What a painfully real read. Real is manga by the author of Slam Dunk. If you're interested in sports manga, if you're interested in basketball, check out Real, because it's such a real, raw experience. It's very painful because it deals with harsh realities about... I don't know. I was like, I really am enjoying it. I prepared 2 pages to sell this work for you all. White is giving you a look right now. White is giving me a look, or is he possessing me? I wonder. So we all love good dynamics. So we have these 2 characters, the main characters, and this lady right here tells them to, I don't know, I don't remember what she told them, but like maybe play together or something. And they look at one another and then we'll think about it and each go in separate directions. So pick beautiful dynamic. This is my first page to sell you. The second page is actually the main character. I am in love with the main character because I love... This is the thing, what I liked about Real. Recently I realized that I don't really vibe with shonen. Sold, I know, right? I know, I knew exactly what page to pick. Doesn't have spoilers, but have enough. I realized that I don't really vibe with the shonen genre in general. Only when it's sports, and even with sports, what kind of clicked for this one, with this one for me, is the way it started. Because when I was in Japan, they told us often how to... You need to make the... And we all notice it, like, I don't need... I do need, because I don't really figure these things out on my own, but most readers, most good readers, like you all, know that a lot of manga starts with the main character in a weak position. They are a loser in something with big dreams, because it's easy to relate to these characters. They're trying so hard. So I loved where Inoue, I don't want to say the name wrong, but the mangaka Inoue started the manga because he started it in a place where the three main characters are in a weak position, but they're not unskilled. All three of them are skilled, but all three of them are at these points where they are weak. So I love that setup. The second, so this is not a spoiler because you can see it from the cover art. One of like this main character is on a wheelchair and he plays wheelchair basketball. So again, I love a simple main character. Like this is what I love about Black, for example. I love a simple character that says big things with simple words, with simple logic. Always selling me. So here is just talking to other people in the court. Like this is his skill. His height is only half of yours. So when he sees that maybe other people think of him less, he's like, this is his skill. This chair is his skill. He's half your height. So maybe he gets an advantage with this speed, with this chair, but like you have something, he has something. So I don't know. Another way to sell you this manga is through this simple main character that I still haven't remembered. I still haven't remembered any name actually. But yeah, if you're sold, if you like this kind of stories, real. I'm reading that right now. I played a game, an old remake I don't like. Posting these always make numbers, clippings. And actually this one relates to something that I'm gonna show in a sec. A drawing I shared yesterday, a teaser if you will. And it's about how Black maybe doesn't get big words, but he gets the feeling, negative, positive, and reacts accordingly. I don't want to talk too much about general stories I'm experiencing, but Expedition 33, I started this, I played 2 hours. I'm very interested in it because it's tackling the same thing that is tackled in Omniscient, Reader Viewpoint. Oh my god, I said it right? I've been reading that, almost done with the first book. And both this game and that novel is giving me the feeling of talking about creations and creators and people who interact with these creations. I'm kind of very, like, as I mentioned, like with these interviews I was doing, I touched a lot on because they were asking specifically as an indie creator. So I had to talk a lot about the passion that is kind of maybe lost when you stop being an indie creator. It doesn't always have to be the case, but you need to lose it for a time to get the trust or find the person that will trust your vision and your stories. So yeah, I'm liking these two stories and how they're tackling these things. At least that's how I'm reading into them. It's not like flat out expressed. Now, before we have two things, yeah, almost done. Let me just show you a few panels from Levius. I'm kind of surprised. How is this manga not popular? Art is good, story is good, it's complete, it doesn't drag, it's concise and does what it sets out to do and does it really well. And I'm surprised that it's not really that known in the internet, and it got one adaptation, a very awful anime adaptation. Is this chat stuck or? Let me refresh. Okay. Okay, I already talked about this maybe a stream, 2 streams ago. I want to know if he can resist the hunger he hides behind righteousness. I'm just gonna show you the panel, read the line, because the writing in this series is unreal. I'm sorry, I'm dumb, so I just say the truth. Adults and their stupid words are to blame for it all. I love the range of characters in the series. I love how every character has their own way of thinking and their own way of talking. And they're all very, very, very gray is coded. I really hope, man. No. Honestly, Livius is a series that... So, you know, if you've been around, you know, every series that strikes a chord with me is there. It did for a reason. And Levius, I feel like, to me, it's going to be... This is, like, because it's too recent, I don't want to give big claims, but I also know how I feel about things. And I feel like Levius, to me, is going to be what, to a lot of people, Lord of the Rings is. Genuinely. Sorry. Couldn't mute in time. It's a story. It's a, like, there's a story with history, with lore, with, like, they even have this fictional famous scientist that doesn't appear, but he controls, like, he gave birth to a lot of what is happening in this universe. And I never imagined I would be interested in history and lore and a lot of the things that are mentioned in this series. But I don't know, everything is presented in a very beautiful way. At the same time, it's very concise. It doesn't linger for too long. And again, the writing, like, look at this. That's what happens to hypocrites who step out of the line. Pretty words don't last very long. So I'm trying not to spoil anything, so I'm just picking lines. So something happened for this to be said, but lines like this just make me. In the face of utter nihilism, we can only submit. The mustache is very gray, it's coded. Listen, there is this character that is like, Noir should be here. Noir should be here. And it's wild. See? There is something. Noir should be here. But also, there is a character that is very calm but carrying a lot of a big heavy burden. So he's just emotionally active. If you know, you know. If you know what I mean. We have a character that is called Daniel, and we have a character that is called not Daniel, but is very Daniel looking. So there are a few things Grey is coded, but it's too much of a masterpiece. Right now, this is how I feel. And honestly, one of the things that I don't talk about the art because I'm impressed by the writing, but the art in itself is crazy because, see, all of this is with pencil alone. The mangaka works with pencils only. He doesn't ink. I love stuff like that. Like people who found their skill and stuck to it. Like this is how I want to tell the story. Come on. So here's this. Like, hear this. It's very simple. Yes, yes. I'm waiting for the reaction. Yep. So here, if you could take 100 lives and thereby save 101 lives, would that be justifiable? And if you took 100 lives but saved only 99, would that be guilty? Questions like this, like when you read this, you don't get it. And you stop and you stare at the wall and you make the math and like what he's trying to say exactly. That's my experience. Numbers cannot express human worth. So he wanted to save everyone without anyone getting killed. Stuff like this, like, again, all of this pencils. Every page I'm gonna talk about how this is pencils. This is great is coded because listen, Zach, emotion and reason mix. Talent is strength that doesn't take a simple form. Only second raters can easily explain themselves, but the real deal is hard to grasp. The following page, it says, that's why geniuses are solitary beings or something. If that's exactly what it says, then it's crazy because I never remember quotes, but this story. Yeah, it deals with machine and man. You become more machine than man. The heart doesn't live in machinery. For a long time now, technology has been all that's keeping me alive. The only human part of me left is my will. Stuff like that just moves me. Just drive me crazy, honestly. I love people who know how to write. And the last thing is... Actually, before the last thing is Grey Is and teasers and stuff, but... I came across this. Imagine drawing this for a week and people only read it for 5 seconds, then move on. And I actually expressed myself. Because I've been stopping myself from expressing myself because I don't like to feel ill. As a creator, I used to think like this, but I've long met enough readers of my work and others to know the majority of people, this is what all of you, many of you, honestly, made me see. People save, reread, print, use, and dissect every panel of their favorite series and will stop at this to appreciate. So keep these people in mind. For any artists out there, do keep those people in mind. Even if you don't have them yet, when you have them, don't worry about people not giving the page the time. Don't listen to a lot of artists that tell you people will skip it quickly. If they like it, if they connect to it, they're gonna give it the time. And the last for today is, now we're moving to Grey Is solely. This teaser I posted yesterday. Before this haunted my mind for 2 days, this was haunting my mind. This line specifically. I'm pinned down by the finality of the spoken word, but it was the written word first. I have it written on my whiteboard and it says I'm pinned down by the final. No, it says the finality of the written word. But it changed while I was drawing this. And again, this relates to the clippings from earlier, how that goes with yo, you okay? And White is fluent in poetry. Honestly, this is the thing that hit me yesterday while I was writing, while I was drawing this. Thank you, Sodium. We still got the parallelism with the lines. Yeah, we have parallels here. The shadows, I wasn't sure of them, and they don't really work all the, they're not really correct. But in the end, who cares? I want to tell the scene, you know? I'm not submitting it to a contest. What did he say? What did you say to someone? What's haunting you? I was thinking while I was working on this how... So here's the thing. See here? It's funny that we stopped at this page earlier. See this page here? Now, Blue brought up a very good explanation for this with how White went with the piece needs a photo that elicits and then changes it to evokes. And this is me trying to show, because we haven't seen much of White with other people. And White naturally talks with big words, or this is what I'm trying to portray now when he interacts with other people. And I feel like White probably dumbs down his language, not dumbs down, but like make it simpler when he talks to Black. But then when I drew this, I thought he is so exhausted that he probably isn't really aware of what he's saying. Like, he's saying it and he knows what he's saying, but like he doesn't, you know? He's not really thinking too much of what he's saying and who he's saying it to and stuff like that. And Black, being the champ he is as usual, he probably heard pinned down and just realized that it's not. And finality, like he kind of gets the feeling of the word. You have a whiteboard and not a blackboard. I actually have a blackboard that I would write in white on. I have all the sketches from the doodle request on the Discord written on it. So I actually do have a blackboard and a whiteboard. It looks aesthetic and translates really well. Doesn't have to be accurate. Thank you. That's the thing. Like if you reach that point where it looks good enough and it doesn't really have to be correct, then just move on. If you haven't seen my message, what you're saying right now is great. I haven't seen your messages. You mean recent messages? I haven't. No. I had lunch and I just came and set up for stream. Maybe that's why I can't talk, because I had pizza. But yeah, it's white. Is it far in the future? Is it the aftermath? Is it some random picture? Maybe it will come in the it will show up in the manga. It wouldn't be even in this place. I tend to do that, by the way. I would draw a teaser with certain clothing, and in the manga it becomes something else. So I can't wait to check then. And so, yes. This is it. Now, the poll. We've talked for 50 minutes. Let's talk about the poll. Shall we? Next week is the big reveal. We have triple the number of votes. I can't believe it. And there are a lot of neutrals for sure, but let me just give you a rough idea of things without spoiling anything. The points between the number one, the current number one, is like 1,100 something. And the last one, how many characters are there? 41. The most disliked or the hated is 400 something. As of right now, as of today. Right, let me just... Let me just move this here and zoom in. Oh, okay. And between number one... No, okay. The gap closed. There was like a big gap between number one and number two. That was fun. But yeah, there are a few surprises here and there. I kind of feel like the top 16 are kind of clear by now. It looks like it, because 2 days ago I checked the sum of the points for each of the characters, and I had 16. And today I checked, and the top 16 are still the same. But the the place for each is what's changing right now. Based on, I feel like every new vote is determining the place based on if this character is a favorite or a loved one. So it's very fun to see that, to witness that and how that is changing. Now, I really hope, personally, I kind of hope, let me sketch this as I say. I really hope, I have one hope for this. Popularity poll, which is for white to be number 2. I just want him to be number 2. And if you're wondering why, for the illustration. So he can do this. Because I think an illustration of 16 people with all the possibilities for these, all the possibilities for these 16. I want him to do the going to the shadow realm meme, you know that? The one that you just do like this and you disappear. So I felt like I really want him to be number 2 so he can just have this. I just realized, are we getting the characters putting up the numbers of fingers there? This is what I'm planning, yes. And this is why I want White to be number 2. Is he the current number 1? I don't know. I don't know. Now, I want to say something else about the... if Black wins number 1, White would be unfazed. He would... I was thinking about that. Yes, he would be very happy. I'm torn between White being number 1 or number 2. Number 1 for him to be awkward, and number 2 for him to disappear. Just have him posing like this. The golden boy, no surprise there. Yes. He would even clap, I think. I do have one most divisive, and by most divisive, I mean we have S, A, B, C, D, and E. No, not E, F. And A is like... no. B is like. And this is neutral. And this is dislike. And this character has like neutral, has both like and dislike almost the same. And then they have a few loves and maybe this slither of hate. So these things are fun. Like, we're gonna go over the stats together. They're fun. They're wild also. Some of them are like, what the hell? Now, I'm thinking of something. Before I want to sketch something and then announce something based on the sketch, on the drawing I'm gonna draw. But I want to ask before, what do you think about the tournament? The tournament for those who weren't here last stream. So in this popularity poll, next Saturday, we're gonna get the top 16. top 16, and of course the champion. We're gonna see who is the champion of Grey is. Now, with 16, we can go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I was thinking of making a tournament, just like unofficial. The champion is gonna stay the champion. It's just gonna be fun to have them fight one another and stuff like that. Like from these, we get 6. From 16, we get 8 matches, and then 4 matches, and then. And I was thinking, which do you think is better for us to do it after we're done with the like next Saturday, or leave it for November and make these matches throughout November? The Battle Royale, yes. And honestly, seeing the 16 now, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be super wild. I'm gonna be handpicking. I'm not gonna do random battles. No, I need certain people fighting one another. So I'm thinking like, would it like drive the whole thing into this boring, repetitive thing if once we're done with the popularity poll, I start with the tournament? Or is it exciting enough to kill time with it until the updates are back? Is it better to have it for November, part of the celebration of the 16th anniversary? So we can discuss this while I start sketching. You will have so much things to say about the top 16. Will they even have time to fight? No, it wouldn't be on Saturday. Like we talk about the 16. We're just gonna have fun and reveal the 16 and the champion next Saturday. But then we're gonna continue for a month. So first week is gonna be the 8 matches. The week after is gonna be the semifinals. No, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals. What's going to need sunglasses if Black wins one? Oh, White. You know, there was this, like Andy and I were talking about closing doors on the Haikyuu channel on Discord. Hey Elma, welcome. Welcome, glad you joined us for this half an hour. Black is going to be showing off White if White wins one. You know, the thing is, if we did this before recap, he would be like, no, I'm number 1. But now he's like, yeah, you go. My little brother. But I was thinking of something. We were talking about closing doors, and I mentioned that with time, the more responsibilities you carry, the more tasks you have, the less time you have, the more it gets easier to close doors on things, either stories, people, whatever. Because I was saying that I wasn't comfortable with closing doors before. But then, yeah. So I was thinking that, like, kind of like the more you grow up, the more life becomes like this. It keeps narrowing down. In terms of people there are in tasks you want to do, you don't have that much time, so you keep narrowing down the things that you want to spend time on, precious time on. And it's wild how my brain works, because it goes from me thinking about life to me imagining what White would think if he gets to this realization, and he realizes that he, like, by the end of it, he would want Black to be there, which is no surprise to anyone, but still, we always get moved by these realizations he realizes, he comes across. Because in the end, the things and people who are with you at the finish line are the people you chose to have there. Or they fight their way to stay there. They fought their way, whether you like it or not. So yeah, sunglasses. Very good one, Blue. Oh, I have two things actually to talk about. I remembered one thing, but then I remembered the other. One story is funny, the other is wholesome. So my sister I've mentioned before that my sister read Grey Is. Nobody in my family read Grey Is, and she read it beginning this year. And she still has volume 10 to go. The one that hates noir, of course. And she's my sister, so, you know, the times when you spend a phone call with your sibling talking about other family members in anger, and me being a very bitter person, I went like, one day I'm gonna disappear and nobody's gonna know where I am. Because sometimes I carry too much, and then I get tired, and I go like, I'm gonna go live on a mountain. Your kids can visit me for an advice or two. Daniel, basically. And her first reaction was, just tell me where is this anonymous address you have so you can send me Grey Is as you finish it. Like, that was so wholesome. That was the first thing she thought of. But the other thing is a friend of mine, Farvar, some of you may have seen her on the Discord, read volume 10 yesterday. She gave birth recently, so she's been reading. She's just like resting and reading Grey Is. Ah, the music. And she was putting her baby to sleep, and she's in a very dark room, and she has this reading lamp that doesn't have that much light. Thanks a lot for coming, Lupino. Enjoy your Saturday, and hope to see you next week for the big popularity poll results. So she was reading chapter 76, where White is talking about him being being glass, and how Black has this hammer of empathy. And she has this reading lamp that just lights up one panel at a time. I felt like that's peak reading experience. Awesome reading experience. So she was reading panel by panel, and she's like, when I reached but I am glass, I started tearing up. It just lit the part where he says, but I am the glass. And I felt, I told her, like, I'm gonna tell stream this story. It's you reading the book in webtoon format, in a way. Panel by panel. So I'm drawing the darlings because I do have some announcements in regards to the darlings. Environmental storytelling reversed. I know, right? It's it, and I was telling her, like, she's one of those people that I was telling her that I can't sell stories that I like generally because I haven't read enough. I've been reading since, especially manga, I've been reading since 2023 and I haven't read that much. So if I come and I said this story is like, this manga is like no other, who am I to say? Like, I haven't read that much. But she read a lot. Like, she reads a lot of books, a lot of novels, a lot of manga, a lot of comics. So she's all over the place. So when she likes something, and this is why I tell her, like, I'm always touched by her reactions. But she told me this is a heavy book, a comforting book, but very heavy, and she feels so much for White. Like, my God, he's been carrying so much for so long. And she's happy with Larissa because she shares her feeling towards Violet. She's not a very big Violet fan. Will I remember how Farhat looks? I mean, I know the tail is black. I know he has something like a bracelet on one side. And I know that he has kind of like bangs, split bangs. And black. And I think he has here something like this, and maybe one a little bit here. Now we need stash. Oh no, I forgot that I have... I can't crop this. I started drawing a drawing here. If I finish this and I finish the announcement about the darlings, I will continue drawing it. I started this sketch. Look at how White's hair looks. We love fluffy, curly, or White's hair with curls. But then there is White's hair with all down, you know? With no curls. Straight is the word. This is Stash. Have you finished playing Final Fantasy VII, Blue, if you're still there? We never talked about that. I think the dog has to be a little bit bigger. Stopped a month ago in chapter 8. Remake, right? Because remake, for me, I clicked with it on chapter 9. So I totally understand why you stopped and didn't pick it up. Once you begin chapter 9, I think you get hooked. Today, the third and final part of the trilogy was announced for spring of next year. And I got emotional, but because my rebirth experience was really bitter for the most part, or boring, let's say, not bitter. I got too emotional watching other people being emotional about Final Fantasy VII more than me being emotional directly. Oh, you mean Rebirth? Rebirth? Oh my god, good luck with Rebirth. Honestly, I don't know when you'll click with it. It drove me crazy, Rebirth. Hey, Andy, welcome. The Math Man is here. We were talking about parallels, and I kind of needed the Math Man. I'm struggling with the interest. Chapter 1 hooked me well, but it went downhill from there. Yes. Listen, I seriously... I'm sorry for this experience. I hope that, because a lot of people enjoy it, I didn't seem to enjoy it at all. So I was hoping that you would. And I was watching Maximilian's dudes, like one of the people who get too excited about it. And he got too emotional, and I got too emotional because he was emotional. And at some point I was tearing up, and I didn't know, was I tearing up because I'm hopeful, like I want to love it? Am I tearing up because it's ending? Am I tearing up because he's emotional? Am I tearing up because when I finished Rebirth, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy the third installment, but now I feel like I'm gonna buy it anyway. Like, we played 2 games already, why not? Let's just... Inside and outside of math? Yeah. We're definitely talking about outside of math. Have you figured out who's the other boy, Blue? When I kind of tried to illustrate him. Where to put Sophie? Next to Stash or next to Seema? Let's do Seema first. I think... Okay, we can move Seema here. And put Sophie here. We have an announcement about the darlings. I need to check my review of Rebirth, see if I mention when I connected to it. I read this manga, I think it's Korean, so this is the funny thing. To go back to that discussion I wrote, or that thing I wrote on Twitter about manga and the meaning of manga, where I went hyper white about it. It's funny when you think about it, because there are a lot of Korean artists that draw in the manga style. So do you call it manhwa or manga? Because this proves my point that it's actually a style. There is a visual language for manga. So anyone can actually draw manga. And one of the funniest interactions that I got on that, because I wrote it on Twitter, and one person tried to say that if you don't break into the industry of Japanese market, you're not a manga artist. And they're like you should say manga inspired, not manga. And I was like, I'm not talking about business stuff. I'm talking about the visual language. But he continued not understanding what I'm saying, so I just dropped it. But then it occurred to me like 3 days after, I was just lying in bed and I thought about it. Like, so when you drew, because he was saying that 90% of, like, there is 1% of people that make it, and that are not Japanese and can call themselves, that are not Japanese and can call themselves manga artists. And he's one of one of these 1%. Because his work won an award and is being serialized and published in Japan. And then, so I in the end, I dropped it because what he's talking about is different, wildly different from what I'm talking about. But 3 days after that interaction, I was thinking like, so before he got serialized, before he won the award, when he was drawing, he was creating a comic. And when he won, it became manga? That was wild to me. That, like, I was so tempted to go back and ask that question that I didn't want, because I was genuinely curious. But it wouldn't read. It wouldn't read as curiosity. It would read as pity or something. But seriously, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're not Japanese, you're drawing comics until... it's weird. Didn't make sense to me. Great is won an award. It can be considered manga now. That's the thing. Like, another reason I didn't pursue any more back and forth on the topic, because I was talking in general, but people kept seeing it as if I wanted to know for myself. Because, I mean, to be fair, it was the way I phrased it. Because I came to it from a certain point. I was saying that I was talking about how the manga definition is kind of weird when you consider that it's a discussion, or it's an issue between the West and Japan, or primarily USA and Japan, and they forget, like, if we're gonna talk about English and Japanese as a language, that is the issue. English and Japanese, manga and comics. And they're forgetting that the rest of the world have their own languages, and it's not really productive to call, like, there is a visual language for manga. This is what I believe. This is what I was trying to say. Like, so I said that a person who draws manga in Jordan, their main language is Arabic, but they use English to write and talk. Like, shouldn't, like, what word should I use? So I was asking rhetorical question to build towards a point, because, like, if you're Brazilian making pizza in China, is it pizza or not? This is what I was, like, aiming to. It's just like visual. There is a visual language for manga. But yeah, everyone started giving me words to use, or discussing how it's not manga if you're not Japanese. I'm like, I don't need you or any other person to tell me. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm using the visual language of manga. I call it manga. I'm comfortable with calling it manga. I don't care what you call it. Manga inspired comic. قصص مصورة. This is the Arabic word. I don't really care. Up until then, it was a comic, right? Before winning the international award, I was a wannabe comic artist. A weeaboo. Is that how you pronounce it? That just wants to create manga. And after I won the international manga award, it's now manga. It's weird when you think about it like that. When I introduce creators to others, I say manga. This argument is such a class-like... Yes, it is a class-like divide. Honestly, it is. There is... Because... I don't know if you've seen that on Twitter, that big thread I wrote. I wrote something like, I went hyper white with it. Extreme white with it, because I went with what words mean. Lexically. Stuff like, I went and broke it down. I swear to God, 5 years of college in architecture department, I didn't do the amount of research I did for that thread that got buried 3 or 4 days after. By my own tweets, not like... But seriously, because even, like, the problem is, it's not just comics versus manga. Even within the Japanese language itself, when I went to this traveling exhibition, manga exhibition, and there was some like panel where they described things and explained things, and they were talking about how there is manga in kanji, because Japan has 3 alphabets, and katakana is the alphabet used for borrowed words, and they started using the word manga in katakana, in this alphabet that is for borrowed words, to refer to manga created outside of Japan and some of the modern manga in Japan. So even within the same language, there are different uses for the words. And to me, in the end, I really don't care about the whole discussion. I don't care about this class divide and all that. To me, I'm coming at it from the point of view of art. It's an art style. Manga, there is a visual language for manga. This is why sometimes when I give my books to someone who never read manga, I have to tell them. Usually, when it's all the cutters are filled in black, it's a flashback. Oh, so this symbol means they're nervous. This symbol means they're angry. There is a visual... This is why we have books the basics of manga, how to write manga in English. So there is a visual language for manga, and this is what I was trying to discuss or explain. And I got really good replies to that, because there are some people who shared how it's sometimes it gets low-key racist. So yeah, back to all this started because I said that I read a manga, but it's created by a Korean artist, so it's a manhwa maybe, I don't know, called The Horizon. I don't know if anyone read that one. Quite interesting. Very minimal but very effective. Very minimal but very effective. Wow. You've seen that? A lot of fights in the comments. I miss you on Twitter. It's been trending, really? How did I come across it? Yeah, I remember. I saved it not long time ago, but maybe earlier this year, late last year, because there was a YouTube video, someone saying that the only manga that believes in God or something. So I started watching it because I didn't want to read anyway. But when he started talking and I saw the visuals, I'm like, no, I want to read it actually. I mean, I've seen the comments in the past. Yeah. In general, like, it can be. Twitter, honestly, to me, Twitter is... It's a very toxic place, but to me, it's the last place where I feel like it gets like that. I posted on Instagram a screenshot of my tweet about my characters not having biology. And to this day, I get comments of people taking it too seriously, that it's honestly the most comical thing. No biology, so no organs. But my favorite is this comment. And there are people who are just talking about Tolkien's method of world building, and other people talking about how they world build. They took the word world building in my tweet too seriously. So Instagram is very serious. Twitter is the last place for me that I feel I can joke and people will get the joke. Sometimes they don't. But the funniest comment I got on that was bad writer trying to justify lack of work ethic with boring ideas. Instead of finding a loophole in your gay little universe, do actual research. That was funny. It was genuinely funny. I just replied, and I got my reply. This is one of the cool moments when you get when you reply, because I was very entertained. So I replied, and I have 44 likes on that reply now. How do I? So I looked up what the branch of medicine that studies digestive system, which is gastroenterology. So I replied to him, or to them, sorry. I replied to them, if the near perfect timing. If the story ever becomes about gastroenterology, I'll revisit it. And people like that. You know that meme? People like that, people like that. It was very entertaining. Like, come on, you took it too seriously. Clearly you're just a passerby, you know nothing about me. You know nothing about the story. So I'll raise you one, I guess. Hey, Jewel. Just popping in. Awesome drawing. They look so good. Cheering for everyone to take care and God always. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Wish you are the best yourself. So, okay, we didn't draw. So yeah, Twitter is the only place. Discord is the same, but Discord is very closed off. You need an invite to get in. So Twitter is my go-to when I want to be myself in a way. And Nakoto Shinkai follows me. A lot of people actually follow me there. A lot of cool people. And honestly, there was this update recently. I don't know how recent it is, but there's this update where you can keep scrolling in all the images in the thread. So it's been doing really well for clippings. I just post 10 tweet thread with 4 drawings each, and people actually see them all. So that's one thing, one update ever that is good in Twitter. But yeah, if it's healthier to stay away from it, then I also very much urge you to stay away from Twitter, Andy. Freedom it is. Honestly, it's really a wild card to have when, like, I felt it when my father passed away, and then when Javi passed away. If you have, I have Twitter and I have the For You page does wonders to me in bringing all the juicy discussions that will trigger me or make me want to say something. So I didn't grieve well, because back in the day before social media, when you're grieving, you just sit, you sleep, and get up and you sleep more, and then you get angry, and then you cry, and then you watch TV, and then you stink in bed until you get over it. But social media is kind of making people just have distractions. Not from good things only, from bad things even, like distractions from proper grieving. I never thought that there should be a proper grieving course or talk on how to properly grieve. But after 2 experiences, I felt like, yeah, Twitter was really bad for me, because I would just sit and read and think and write, and I have Tumblr as substitute. I feel about it the same way you feel about Twitter. I wish I can go back to Tumblr, but it's so hard at this point. I'm not sure. Twitter is a good lurk place. Twitter is a good lurk place. I wish I can lurk in places. I wish I can. You know, there was a point in life where I was having this this very wide existential crisis. I was trying to think of who am I without art, because every single relationship I ever made was through art. So I would go to random places Even on the internet, like I would go to random streams and just hang out and talk. And they're not art streams, and I wouldn't mention being an artist or anything, but they go nowhere. They go nowhere because art is something I do 90% of the time. The 10% is family and real life that I don't talk about really. Very canon event, a lot of artists. But yeah, I imagine, but you have to ask the question at some point. You have to look deep and try to understand it. Okay, I need to clean this up and fill some blacks. Oh, where's... Oh, poor Stash. He doesn't have... He didn't have. Now he has. Eyebrows. So the darlings. Let me just remove this white. Go to the Shadow Realm, Mr. White. Let's hide you. Bye, White. Okay, so we have black hair for Stash. Now, the darlings have vanished. He's leaving again, guys. He's leaving again. By the way, if anything happens to me, you can call... even though I don't think she quotes any of it, but you can ask my mother about Volume 11. The structure of Volume 11, because I kind of explained it to her last night. But she also nodded off while I was talking, because for some reason I tell bedtime stories when I talk to my mother. Perhaps standing above everyone to get a better view. That's what cats do, man. So yeah, did I get any answers about what do you think is better to do the tournament right after the official poll or leave it for November? The author is trying to convey the fact that the cat is superior to the other... The author is trying to convey the fact that she kind of deducted from real life. The only person knowing being your mother, you're single-handedly destroying every poor parenthood in Grey is. True, every time I... That's the funny thing, when I started Grey is, I would always worry about people thinking that I'm writing... Because a lot of people, especially in the region, when they see a hyper-focused view on certain issue, then the author probably felt it. Especially, not only authors, but like if an actor plays a role a little too good, they're instantly like, oh, they probably have that personality for them to portray it so well. So I would always worry, like, people would start thinking about my family. Treating me bad or something. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no, man. That's far? I wondered about that a lot of times. Now I know better. Yeah, November is very far, so we can do it, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm just afraid of... I don't know how to say it, but like people will get tired of it, bored of it. People meaning you, because we're doing it for fun on streams and stuff. There will be only voting. Like every week there will be voting on the matches. Like the first week, 8 matches, 8 polls, vote. That's it. Like one link, you vote for the 8 matches, who's gonna win in each. Kind of flattering, like the story is very genuine. The readers thought it was a first-hand experience. Yeah, I'm glad to hear to know that for sure. And I at the same time, I don't really worry that much. Like I worried the first book because the first book is hyper focused on Black, but I like to believe that the more the story progresses, the more people will notice that, oh, other characters are written in the same level of focus and the same level of, like, even though they're different, but each case is kind of presented with the same care and the same focus. So I just thought, like, yeah, people will eventually know that no one person can go through all of that unless it's that one awful novel that I really hate and I'm afraid of criticizing, because I don't want to criticize something that some people might like, because a lot of people like this novel, but I hate it. Ugh. So back to the Darlings. There is someone missing, don't you think? I'm good with any decision. Lou? Lou is forgotten. Lou is forgotten. I forgot Lou. I can't believe I forgot her. Like, as if it's not enough that so and so and so and so so. Bleep bleep. Redacted. That's the theory I've used to convince myself you didn't base Black and White on yourself. It's hard to believe someone can go through all that. Yeah, it would be crazy. Even though I do feel like I'm white in real life and black in art. But I have nothing of Inad in me. Was he one of the Daleks? He was. He was. If it's in September, it might be difficult to arrange for if volume 11 is happening same time. Yeah, that's the thing. It's either going to be part of November because of the 16th anniversary, or it's going to be right after the poll to kill time until the updates are back. Okay. So let's try to focus and draw faster, because I do draw faster than this. I don't know why it's taking me too long. I'm black on the outside, white on the inside. This means a lot of people, when they see my fashion, they say black, but then you have blue telling me that white is looking at me a certain way. So who knows? Okay. Let's... The real question is, do you have an Inad inside of you or not? That is the question. Yes? Oh no. Oh no, which part? Quick. I'm afraid of Nads. You know what? I have where did I save it? I have just a thing I can show. Downloads. This is Yakuza 0. There's one that I did. I did the tier list. I did the tier list of Grey Is. There it is, but I saved it based on I rated them based on, like, from a writer's point of view. I wonder if I can copy and paste it to this computer. Actually, I can. Wow, I can. Too many parts? I would never. See here. So this is me on terms of writing. My favorites to write are black, white, the gray, man, noir, violet, the Leos. Guess who's writing volume 11 and 12? Oh, Noir, what are you doing here? The ending of a certain chapter in volume 11. I love writing Noir, honestly. I love writing Noir. Again, I said it before, Noir has the black thing. Who was here to ignore me? To confirm. Alpha and confirm this as well. Noir has the black thing. Writer D is happening. Noir has the black thing. You know what the black thing is, right? He's a different beast when he's serious, right? Who was here to ignore me? Tip of the tongue. Noir being so high is comforting. I can sense you're gonna do him justice. I feel like he's my magnum opus in this series. Hey, Hallie, welcome. Never thought of ranking favorite characters to write before. No, Noir deserves the spot as well. Glad you think so. I'm both cringing and intrigued. Tell me more. So, favorite characters to write, S rank is Black, White, Daniel, Noir, Violet, the Leos, Mamser, I enjoy, like, it's not I love, he's a favorite for me to write. Mamser. And Hawkman. Grage, get in there? Wait for it. Old man's funny. No, this is not the old man. This is Mamser, not Grandpa Mamser. I know they all share the same name, so it's very confusing. Hawkman, what are you doing, girl? Hawkman is very funny because the range from horror to extreme comical is like on par of Alan Wake or something. At least what I hope I'm doing. Now, these are the favorites, who I love writing. Can you believe it's Amir? And then Grage. Hawkman is like EB at points. Yes. I really hope EB doesn't eliminate Hawkman. I love writing Amir. Honestly, in all honesty, there were certain instances when I deeply regretted him being dead. Grage, of course. I guess I like writing third wheelers as a professional third wheeler. Remorse, we'd love to see it. As long as you love it. As a professional third wheeler, I love writing third wheelers. The dead wife trope for me. He does, right? He does. He's like Himmel from Frieren. Because he's like... See, you get me about Grage? The potential of a third wheel? Yes. Yes. The potential of a third wheel? Let me tease this sketch. Darlings, where is it? There it is. Darlings, just wait a second in line. So this is black. He has the same hair. Okay, so this is black and this is white with straight hair. And black is carrying this box. Let me tell you about the third wheeling. The benefits of a third wheel. And look what I stole from him. Wanna smoke one? For old time's sake. Will I finish this doodle now that I spoiled it? Crime arc is real? You can smoke and quit on a whim. I don't have that willpower. The beauty of third wheelers, they come with tobacco boxes, I guess. I wanted to draw this, but let's go back to who I enjoy writing. Grage. Of course, Amir, Grage, old people. Don't brush that under the carpet. The carpet is full now. There's a mountain under the carpet. Hey, Aishu, welcome. Aisha and Grandpa, Shems and Parrot. I actually enjoyed drawing Parrot thanks to the readers who don't like Parrot. Also, the popularity poll might have opened my eyes to certain things. Of course, thanks for stopping by, Aishu. If you're lurking as well, thank you. Look how does White feel seeing Daniel smoke all the time. Honestly, it's wild that he smoked and stopped smoking when you think that everyone, like Jad's illustrator, his mother, Daniel, everyone smokes around him. So I love writing Amir, Grage, Aisha, Grandpa, Shams, and Parrot. Now, who I like writing? Wasim. What you do have willpower? You stopped once. Maybe he was in a rehab center for 2 years. He does have the willpower, but you're right. He does have the willpower. He stayed until his father rescued him. He started anew with black over and over again. He does have the willpower. Wasim, Evil, Black, Jandar, River, and Irina. I like writing these. They're fun. Again, the favorites, these like the rest, are kind of what I'm writing right now. These four especially. So I'm enjoying them. These potential lore stories. You read them so well. You read so well. You're very dangerous, Blue. He's great, and also it's like I don't want to be like them. Yeah. I don't want to be like them. He tries. So who do I neutral about? I'm neutral about Jad, Larissa, Ty, Velma, Sophie, Cesar, Mrs. Mamser, Janet, Ali, and Adam. These are just neutral people. Like, neutral as in, they're easy to write. They don't give me that much challenge, but they don't... Jad neutral? Yeah. Yeah, Jad is too easy. I don't really... Especially now that we're over the hyper-focus on his... Oh, you know what? Wait. I did... listen, This, I filled up on May 31st, okay? Today we're June 6th, so we're talking about a week. Things change in a week. I kind of written a scene yesterday, not written, like I've just seen it in my mind, I haven't written it yet. That elevated Jad a little bit, where was it? Like, I'm enjoying it, yes, it's in love. Because someone screams at him, like, have you learned nothing? Are you really not gonna tell him? How are you liking the teasers? He moved up a tier live, yes. Because I did this on the same day the poll went live. But I've written stuff since then. And what I've written were interesting. Look, Jad is repeating his mistake. Let's know that. I know the feeling. I know the feeling when you get the perfect reply, like you're just joking, but also it's too good, too real to not to let it pass by. That's good, that's good. Yeah. Jad cooked this week. That's why Jad is neutral to you. Again, like, when I put him into neutral before he just raised up, because, again, neutral is, there is no challenge, they come too easy, there is no pushback, there is no... Like, when I say White is a favorite or Daniel is a favorite, it doesn't mean like it's a walk in the park. It's like I'm lying on the floor, destroyed, not knowing where to go next, especially with language when it comes to White. Or Daniel, on how he constructs things to talk with White, or Noir and his fictional war days, you know? Who I dislike writing? Sasha. I'm gonna be real. Sasha, I dislike writing Sasha. I dislike writing Sasha. I'm gonna be real. I don't like writing Rita. Rita drives me crazy. I don't like writing Gildar. I guess that's fair. I don't think that needs explanation. She's a golden retriever. How hard can it be? I tell you how hard can they be. You write a whole scene and then you remember there's a dog in this house. Where is it? What is it doing? Get off the couch. I don't know how to draw animals. Why are you happy? You know? Same for the cat, same for Farhat, but less, because I'm too accustomed to cats. And they can be anywhere. Like, put them under the car. They survive. They fit. They're easier to write. But I dislike... Why are you happy? Yeah. I mean... I dislike writing Izar, Issa, Farhat, Sam. Like, see? I'm neutral about writing Cesar and Adam, but I have a problem with Sam, so I did think about this. This is not haphazardly. I haven't filled this without proper thinking. So when I put Izar, I dislike writing Izar, then I dislike writing disaster. I dislike writing disaster. Yes, they'd find the darkest nook in your house you never knew existed and hide there. Yes, that's why they're easier to write. You understand, but still. I'm gonna use the still card as well. Like Izar, like... What the hell? Just stay dead. My cat always climbs in the cars of anyone who visits us, claiming property. Yeah, Izar is... I dislike writing him, kind of like Rita. Kind of like Yeldar, by the way. And Celine, probably. Like, for Sasha, Seema, Stash, Sam, and Farhat, and Issa, they don't have enough juice. Like, they're very one note. That is not that fun to write. Rita, Yeldar, Celine, and Izar... You're supposed to have a lot of juice, but you're giving me nothing. So I dislike writing you. You know what? Izar looks like Himmel to me. So he has that dead person. Yeah, he does. He is like Himmel, but at the same time, he's a kid. Like, when you see someone who is almost a grown-up, he was grown up, like he was 20 when he died. Amir, he was 20 when he died, and he left an effect, and he was a good person. But then it's a kid, like, we still haven't figured it out if you're a good or bad guy, you know? Don't take this too seriously. Farhat could totally go into White's car without him realizing 100%, and Daniel's gonna be angry. Because Daniel is like, Farhat only comes to this room when White is here. Now, who do I hate writing? Iya, Lana, and Inad. I hate writing them. Hate it. What's another crime for White? Let's talk about White's crime. Let's talk about White's ways. Can I throw something out there that will make you just wow? And you will still write them well, rest. Thank you. That gives me hope. if I write them well, like Rita, for example, I'm afraid of exploring more of her because people love her so much. So I really hope I will write them well. I put Farhat in the A-list specifically for him staying on White's lap during sessions. He's such, yeah, he's an emotional, he's emotional support, but at the same time, it's like, this is me. Like, this is me when I write. And when I say write, it's not like writing script. I'm storyboarding, so I'm writing visually. So Black says this, no, White says this, Daniel says this, and then White says this, and then, oh, wait, Farhat is there. What is he doing? You know? It's a hurdle. Pets are a hurdle for me. Which brings us back to the darlings. Because we currently have in the top 16 5 of the darlings. And here is the thing. They are not the type of pet that has a personality or has any input or has any, like, they're not even a plot device. Like, Sasha could be seen as something because she kind of pushed Parrot away. But generally speaking, I don't want to draw an illustration with pets and babies in top 16, giving the illusion that these have plot value, you know? So what I decided is, it's either going to be a special popularity ranking, like it's going to be a special poll at the like top right, bottom right, bottom left part of the illustration, special list, or they could be halves. Like the first top darling is gonna be with the champion. Like I'm gonna pick 2, as I said when I explained the poll long time ago. Two of each group is gonna automatically be chosen like as the best in the group. So 2 of the darlings are gonna be in the top 16, but they were gonna be parts of the characters, especially if we go with the tournament. So you can think of it as this character has an animal with them or has a pet with them, like they can win. With 2 babies, I don't know. With twins, I don't know if they're gonna win, but yeah. Perhaps is a plot device demanding cuddles from White while he is mentally spiraling in the darkest corners of his mind. Yeah. I won't disagree. But this is exactly why I removed Wasim. And honestly, I don't know how long do we have, but I do want to draw the announcement that the darlings are winning too much as expected, so we're gonna have to do something about that. And I want to draw an interview with Wasim. Like, you've been upgraded. You got an upgrade, kind of like the business class on a plane upgrade. You got an upgrade now. You're not in the darlings anymore. How do you feel about that? And he'd be like that, let me bring it up. That meme, that gif. It would be like this. Because I imagine he was really bitter about me lumping him inside, like lumping him with the darlings. Especially at his age. That's Wasim. So yeah, Wasim got upgraded, and the Darlings are now supporting or either their own special plot, their own special poll, or they are halves. Like the Darlings worked like a cheat code, confused about liking characters. Here's a cat and a dog, kids. They've won. They like they're very positive. Yes, they again there are including Wasim 5. These are all the Darlings, right? Yeah, all Darlings are in the top 16. And they're not only top 16, they're top 10. 5 of the Darlings. So that was unfair. I'm a writer. True, they're in my disliked to write tier. But we don't wanna like spread the rumor that number 5 is a dog. Oh, I wonder how she's writing the dog to be number 5. Or are her characters that bad that the non-speaking living beings are the ones that are taking it? Okay, I need to take a break to pray. I'll probably stream for like 15 minutes more after I'm back. But I do want to test something because next week we're gonna be using a feature on Twitch. Because when we reveal the top 16, I'm gonna be like, so number 16 and number 15. It's Noir and Yildar, for example. Who do you think is number 15? Or who do you think is gonna be higher? And you're gonna predict. And you're gonna predict through using the points, these crumbled paper, down, that they're called brain points. So I wanna test that when I'm back. I'm gonna go take a break for 10 minutes. When I'm back, I wanna test this for you to learn how to do it and for me to know how to set it up. And then I'll continue sketching for like maximum 1 hour and then end the stream. So I'll be right back in 10. Take a break yourself and see you. Thank you for waiting. Okay, so for those who are on Twitch, I will try to do this prediction. So this is just gonna be a fun thing. Like 1 minute, you vote your prediction. Who's higher or who's lower? I don't know how. It depends on how I phrase it at the time. So if you're on Twitch, you should see something up top that says prediction starts. And you just choose whoever from the two or you think. Who's top one? Is it Noir or is it Yildar? You're not voting for this fake stage? Top one hated. Come on, we're testing stuff. And then I choose. And then I complete it by choosing who. Let's go with something. Okay, who's... I was being funny. And you got me there. Okay, who comes on... No, who comes on top sounds... Who's top... Okay, who's number 16, let's say. Who's number 16? Is it Noir or Yildar? And then I decide how long. Let's go 30 seconds because... And start prediction. Just for you to check how to run the thing, you know? And you just use... You use 10, you use 20... Like, it really depends on how much you want to bet on it. And when I reveal who is, like number 16, let's say it's Noir, you get back... It's Noir, complete prediction, and it tells you who is number 16. It's Noir. Or so he likes. Or so he dreams. Nobody thought this would happen. This commentary came out of nowhere. Dismiss this message. Even Twitch didn't like that. I should do a tier list of drawing, art-wise. Who is my favorite and least favorite to draw? It will depend on how many times I drew them. Like, Jad's gonna be a favorite because it's just too easy at this point. Dania as well. Yeldar is very hard to draw. Problem child. Hard in every... I would love to see Reader D. Oh, you know what? I haven't thought of that. That's crazy. Reader D version? Oh, that's gonna be so hard. That's gonna be so hard. Because Reader D comes in moments, you know? I can't think of Reader D as a whole. That's a very scary idea. Reader D will probably just... Favorite black and white? Neutral everyone? That's why I need to see it. I will create tiers. That's what happens when I like something, or like I'm like, this is my Yakuza one. I created tiers. Like League of His Own. And this will be black and white, for example, I think. And I think Hell, I don't know. A lot of characters are gonna be in there. I think Hell, I don't know. Would I like Daniel? Would Reader D like Daniel? Wow, you've destroyed me. I have brain malfunction now. Can I... Do I have it open? I need to take a look. I can't. You gave me a brain worm now. No, tier list. Untitled form. Uh-oh. Don't show the results, come on. Can you believe that Let's see, tier list. I don't have it saved. Unreal. That's how I felt doing the tier list? Really? Wow. I need to use the command to find the link. No longer accepting responses? What? Wait. Really? The form isn't accepted. Hello? Wow, thanks for asking. Realized that it closed. They're published. Responders. Accepting. Closed. No, not June 6th. June 13th. Oh my god. June 12th, actually. Okay. At 6 p.m. Okay, never mind. We're back. Wow. That was a scare. Reader D. Top one was trying to sabotage. That's karma for me, huh? This can't happen. I don't think I can see the whole cast, the whole story as Reader D. I don't think. I genuinely don't think I can. Like, I'll definitely like Black and White, that's for sure. Like, I read the entirety of Chimera Ant arc just skimming through, trying to find Gon and Killua. And mainly for Killua. Gon because Killua likes him. So I wonder, will I like Black and White equally, or will I be liking one and the other by proxy? See, I'm a Killua. I know what I don't want, what I don't like. So, in this regard, like, I'm a Killua, not generally. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed by Wasim. I don't like kid characters, generally speaking. I would hate her. Now this is a serious convo, Black or White. I know, right? Reader D? Like, let's look at who I like. Favorite characters. Okay, so I like... Okay, this is easier when I think of my favorite characters. Because I like Ginkgo, Mushishi. So I'll definitely like Daniel. Yeah. So who do I like? I like... Grimmer, Tokyo. Tokyo, I would like Black then. I would definitely like Black. But is it Black or White? And this will be Love. No, he wouldn't be a favorite. Or maybe, I don't know. It really depends on how old is Reader D as well. Because Reader D, honestly, Reader D would be like this. Teenage Reader D, sorry. Teenage Reader D will be like this. But right now, like if I'm reading right now, I will definitely like I will still hate her. In all ages D. This is way too difficult. Oh my god. Too difficult. You know what? I should read Grey Is as a reader. You know what? This is a great question, Blue. Because right now I feel like it's very hard. But it's a great question because right now I can see who I need. What characters I'm missing in this story. Like, I need more blacks in the story, for example. There is a ton of whites. I need more blacks. I need more simple simpleton. Simple simpleton. Simple simpleton. Like, he is a simple simpleton, but because of his job and his job and his stuff, he can't be too simple, but still he's a simple simpleton. I have two reader sides. One appreciating the story as a whole and another as a reader who enjoys. You get me. Oh, yes, that's the thing. That's me with a lot of my favorites through these days. When I think about what I like stories and what I like stories I enjoy and stories that are like, put Amir on, So, listen, teenage D will definitely be like, why is Black still thinking of this guy? Like, chapter 69, when he goes to visit him, like, what the hell? Why? I was hyper focused on the duo I like, you know? But right now, like, I'm reading a story and it has Amir, it has Himmel. That's the thing, like, thinking of the story as a reader is making me see all the faults as a writer. What a sentence, right? I can't. Like, it goes back to that thing we talked about if I go back and this is just what no, listen. No, I picked Jad based on I like old men. I came to the realization that I like old men. And Daniel, I realized because I like Ginkgo, I like Makio, I like Belsa. I like these characters. So Daniel is definitely like the loner type that knows his stuff. That's the type I like. And these because they're friends. And this because, yeah. But honestly, I can't, I don't know. Because again, it goes back to that conversation we had about if I were to revisit or to retell Grey Is with what I know now, I know I will present the story differently. I think the longest, like the thing that I needed the longest time to understand and fully grasp and know how to manipulate and play with is presentation and how to, like, I think Grey Is, when it starts, its weakest point is the presentation. Even though I'm not talking about layout, but the way I'm not presenting, like, there is a reason that all popular manga starts kind of the same way, structured in the same way. You don't have to structure it the same way, but at least when you present the character, like, now that I think about it, if I presented Amir well, Like when you think, I keep going back to Himmel because he's a dead character with the same haircut. Himmel is presented way better. Amir isn't. Amir for the longest time was Black's friend who died. And he's angry now at him. Because I needed to explore the idea of coming to terms with someone's hurt that you learn after their death. Like, who do you express that anger towards? Where do you go with that feeling? But I wasn't thinking of Amir as a character back then, because I did, like, you need to write a lot to learn writing. And this is why when I approach it as a reader, it just shows all of my faults, honestly. It's not a fun thing, I guess. I'd definitely be like, that's such a good take of Amir early. A lot of the characters are not, because again, the focus was black and white. So a lot of the other characters were just existing in their world and revolving around the ideas I wanted to present through these characters. Writing is hard, man. But I will definitely, if I want to go Reader D, I will definitely be like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I don't care. A lot of them will be neutral. Like... Again, I just feel the appreciation for everyone who gave this story a chance. I seriously do. No, thank you, because you genuinely, like, your question, it kind of unlocked something. It made me view the work from a different angle that I thought I viewed it from before, but not really. Okay, I'll do something quick before I end the stream. Another idea, future thing that I just thought of and I haven't written. So if I don't draw it, I either have to write it or draw it. Or it would disappear. Let's go with the Oikawa white hair. The Oikawa hair white. Why not? It goes like... You know what you should do to tier list, Blue? I'd love to see the one that what you enjoy and what you like as a whole story. So not all teasers have to be serious, by the way. This is one of the funniest. One of the funny teasers. I've done the enjoy one, whole story one will require thought. I bet. Let's make it clear that he's sick. I don't take seriously all the time. You bet what? It's harder as a... That thing of the story as a whole will read... See, here's the thing, like, I always talk about this when I think about... Like, there are stories... Like, for example, Oyasumi Punpun is a story that has a good dynamic that I really love. And the way it presents the story writing-wise is... Like, there is some powerfulness in the presentation, in the art... But, for example, I hate the mature elements of it. I hate the darkness and harshness of the world without any end of the... Like, there's no light at the end of the road. So, like, what other example for... there are a lot of stories where I like the writing, but I don't like the messages. I like the art, but I don't like the story. I like the dynamic, but I don't like the adult stuff. So when I think of Grey Is, for example, I don't know if I'll ever read it if I was a reader. I wouldn't read it in an analytical eye where I would think of the stories and how good they are written as characters. So I would just love or hate them based on my emotions and what they represent, and if that aligns with my principles, for example. When it's obvious you don't intend to be in the main storyline. Oh, okay, the don't take them seriously. No, I generally speaking, I do have sometimes like some funny scenes. Like, for example, White's appearance. Not White's appearance. Inad's appearance. I have 3 options for that. So I might just drop one. It could be the one and how it's gonna play out. And it might not be. Especially with the way that I want him to be, like when he appears, I want it to be a surprise appearance. I don't think I would have done Analytical Eye on Grey Is if I didn't join the community. Really? But your favorites won't change, right? Wouldn't have changed, like. Because it really, like, I'm interested in how viewing things in an analytical eye would change. Because just like I was entertaining the idea of how an indie... How did I say it? Let's see if I can... I would have judged based on vibe and how I enjoy the characters, but they wouldn't have changed, I think. Yeah. Vibe is very important as well. Especially with me, like, I personally, like, when I wanted, like, what I was thinking of what I'm gonna talk about when and if I record a video about talking about Livius. So I was thinking like how I like all the characters, like even this character, and I showed it on screen. But then I decided that I'm not gonna say that because it will come off way wrong, more wrong than I mean, because I don't, because especially with their looks, I don't want anyone to think that I hate or like because of this look specifically, but I do go with the overall look. There is something that is taste in general. And I do like a certain look on characters. And when you deviate from that, my first reaction would be, I'm not interested. And the more you show me of the character, it will depend. Because my analysis would have been the same as instinctual vibe. Analysis would have been subconscious anyway. Yeah, you do hit me as that type of person, honestly. I personally don't see myself that way. I often get clouded by my emotions. And then I'm surprised when I turn on my analytical eye. Thank you for the hydrate. Where's my slides? Let me write the text. There it is. I don't want to type. It's like for Livius or No Home. I wouldn't go in with an analytical eye. No Home was very emotional. Yeah, very emotional led. For sure. It's wild when the analytical eye doesn't match the emotion. And the best kind is when they align. When you love something so much, and then you turn on the analytical eye, and you love it even more. Wow. That. Wait, oh wait. Text. Let's go with clip. Wait, did you seriously end up... Let me wrap the text. Did you seriously end up... Wait, what? Bedridden? Because... Not some. Because a model asked you out on a romantic date. Is that how you visit your sick friend? Your sick aromantic friend? I just know White is about to say something about it. There you go. Oh my god, how do you do this? How do you do this? Wait, you're gonna make me continue now. No. It's his face? Is that the hypocritical face? Hypocrisy can be a virtue. Some story title said. How do we go from right to left? Oh wait, before he puts his mask on. It can, I agree. Dokka's very fascinating, but I kind of like, this is the thing. Since we were talking about stuff and emotions and analysis and stuff, but like, I am very fascinated by how he reacts to things and how he does things, but at the same time, I feel like I'm very annoyed by him. My emotions are brilliant, you think? Be annoyed? What? What? Oh no, he's the editor. Who's the... I'm still living in my own fantasy. Oh my god, I'm gonna hate him. Oh no. This is insane foreshadowing on your part. It's just an emotional... Honestly, it's an emotional part where he is very fascinating. Why am I annoyed at him? Listen, the mixed messages I get from this series, with your comments and N's comments, it's like, what the hell? You tell me about this that I'm gonna like, and you tell me about, oh, this is dangerous, and you tell me that there is a dynamic and there is a relationship, and then you tell me this, and how you're gonna connect it to Black, and this, and how you're gonna, and then I say it's annoying, and yeah, and what? Listen, I'm definitely gonna end, like, I'm gonna finish probably tomorrow morning, the first book. I have the second book and the third book, I think, as audiobooks. And the rest weren't released, so I'll switch to reading. But I feel like I'll definitely read it on stream or on Discord call, because I don't trust myself reading on my own. I'm not telling you anything, but your emotional side is so perfect. I'm not reading fast, I'm listening fast. Listening is so easy to me, to anyone. But once I start reading, I am afraid. I am afraid. But now you intrigued me when you said that my feelings are perfect. No, wait, how do you draw this? Wayne's gonna say something hypocritical, my god. Black is getting asked out. How long was I away? Long enough for him to be bedridden because... Ugh. Welcome back, Sodium. Okay, I need to finish the stream, so I need to just rush it now. I'm not gonna draw all the details. I hope the text will carry the feeling. Sodium, have you read Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint? Why is the title very hard to... So, poof, now. Come here, I need the company. Where is he being, what do they call it? Tend to? Do you I think you tend to the sick, right? Good. English lesson for the stream. Okay, this I think is 2. Ajat. When you get sick at home, do you wear a face mask? Or do you stay in your room? Stay in my room, no face masks. I threaten my siblings to sneeze in their face. Oh my god. Such a sibling behavior. Can we finish it all in these 2 panels? Black really went and rejected a model because he doesn't want that company and chose White as company. Yep. Good reading, as always. I mean, I imagine people... Like, I imagine most models won't take Black seriously as a romantic partner. Because he's... the way he acts and stuff, you know? But then one of them would be really... like, no. No, I really like him the way he are. He is. He's not ready for commitment. Short hair black? Okay, yeah, why not? Short hair black. Speaking of her, I'm just joining the conversation that probably doesn't. Okay. Is White gonna say another hypocritical thing, you think, Blue? Oh. She looks good. You know what? We can make a good... I was just going to say yes because he's going to show the mother, isn't he? He had his phone out. Yeah. You know, I wrote this like 20 billion light years ago. In my head. Can you believe that I've written this in my head 20 years, light years ago? And I still remember it? He did his homework. So what do you think Black's gonna react to that? I'm out is the vibe I'm getting. Wait, what happened? Ah. I need to... Wait, I need to do something. Actually, let's move this whole thing down. Okay. He needs the company. No, not Chrono Cross. Oh. This track, man. So you think I should... This is... present day Black. Probably Inat is around somewhere. I can read white better than black. Black is wild card, right? Yeah. I shouldn't have asked for predictions with black, especially. Because he does go from like, would you marry her and give me my kids? To should I marry her and get my kids? I always forget how much I enjoy sketching stories live. You want her number? Is another one interested? Yeah. And Black is like, just like my friend who read volume 10 recently. She's like, Black is completely changed. Like he's changed. He's different. Like she can't remember which scenes, but there were scenes where old Black would react differently to this. It's so subtle, but it's so big. The change he went through in recap. She didn't give me examples, but. Your song? Your son. Our son? Oh my god. What a typo. Come see our son? What? Black's change in behavior is more light, if that makes sense. That's interesting. I didn't think of it too deeply. And I don't know what are the examples, but I feel there has been. Right, let's move this a little bit. I think there's just one panel. The real family tree? Listen, remember that scene when White visited the hospital when Violet had her scan after they fought in chapter 51? There was this scene when White and Velma were... Not Velma. White and Violet were sitting outside and stuff like that, outside the room where she got the scan. And I don't know what I tweeted back then. And I had this Japanese reader who was very interested in the story and would translate everything to get more of it, even though they used to read the story, so I'm not sure. But I don't know what I wrote for them to get the impression that White and Violet are on a relationship. are in a relationship. So this is why I was so taken aback by our son. Like, I know you have mommy issues, but not that type of mommy issues. I'm sorry I had to make this joke, but so White is going to tell on Black is what's happening. Right? Oh, Black is talking in fancy font. Yeah, our son. Unbelievable, the type. Black was destined to lose this battle as soon as I saw. And he's going to tell, because like, you're not gonna repeat the cycles, your father's and mine. Like, I tell you she looks good, and he's like, oh, so I should? Yeah, he's triggered. Like, Black almost pulled a Lana. Like, it's the same magnitude as Lana asking him if he loves Black. That's how. Is telling Violet really yeah, of course. Don't you remember when she got angry at Black for like, you're not gonna do whatever you want and then get away with it by being pretty or something, looking pretty or using your charm or something. You're not gonna be your father. Also in chapter 52, I think. So it's like, look at your son. He's just gonna go on a date with a girl because she looks good. He's not even interested. Stop it, I'm just asking. I don't know a thing about these things. Well, it's not about that, about the looks, that's for sure. Cute aggression. It starts in a way that you're gonna think they're gonna be dude bros. I love how clueless they both are with certain things. I don't know how well that landed, and if this is in story, will this strip make it to clippings? I was wondering like if this is gonna be clipping or main story, but it will definitely need some reworking. But this is like, this is the type of thing that just is drawn kind of like a draft, and whenever it has to appear officially, it will be reworked. Oh, she looks good. Like, you think if White thinks she looks good, oh, I should probably agree to going out with her. That's wild. Again, unpredictable Black. Ah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This has been living in my head for so long, but because it's not that big of a line, not these big lines here and there, it didn't die. I just wanted to imagine White wanting to go tell on Black to Violet. And it's funny that Black is being tended to while sick at Violet's, and he needs the company. He feels lonely. Maybe there are a few implications hidden as future teasers. The poor guy is sick. Stop making him jump out of the bed. I really wanted him to just be clinging to White, like clinging to his waist. He really needs the company. I'll try to finish the, what is it? The cigarette one. Yeah, the cigarette one with Grage. Where is it? This. Let me move it up here. Yeah, put another color for it. Anyway, this has been fun. I thought it would be, like, I really thought that I will progress more for the poll stuff. Hopefully I'll plan stuff better, and if things align, I can stream while drawing more of the drawings for next Saturday. I hope to see you next Saturday. It will be fun to reveal top 16 and the champion. All of the votes, all of the interactions, I really appreciate it. Again, I'm floored by the 200 plus responses. Thank you for trying. I would love it. I would love to have you. And everyone, enjoy your Saturday. See you soon. Glad to hear that. It wasn't as productive as I don't know. I still need to find the balance between drawing and chatting. And I also spent a lot of time in the beginning testing something, and I don't think it's that successful. So maybe I'll try to find another format, or maybe a different stream title vibe altogether. But yeah, thank you for hanging around. I always appreciate the company. See you next Saturday, or any surprise stream during the week. Enjoy your Saturday.